What's cracking, everybody? Good morning. Making a video early in the morning at the pad. Um, so we know there's been a few videos and that came out. First was the elote lady, then there was a mask guy, and that was the most recent one. And I'm gonna say I did a video on the first one, the elote lady, right? The second incident came out, the video came out, and I ignored it. And the reason why I did it is because I felt like this is some copycat shit. The more it gets views, the more it may happen. So I did that out of concern, to where I'm not gonna uh, give them any shine, right? And that was my bad. And so the third video came out, and I'm gonna say this off the top. Um, there were two channels, uh, Raza channels, that were on it, and uh, that was American Cholo and that was Savage Studios. Uh, they shed light on this, man, and especially with Gil asked the black community specifically, where are your OGs? Why aren't they speaking out? And immediately they did. And so, um, like them or hate them, but those two channels, man, they I feel like they help the situation, right? Um, and for those that don't know, I'm gonna show a little video here, okay? And this little video is I was on the yard one time, okay, in the bay, where Raza were having a conversation, and a black dude who was a J-cat, a nut, a J-cat, was not all there, side busted on the conversation. And when that happened, people felt disrespected. And the first thing they did is they went to the blacks and they said, hey, can you take care of it? And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, the J-cat that did the disrespect lived directly below me, okay? And when it was said to approach the blacks in that building, which was the building I lived in during day room, the homie that went to do it asked me to go with them. I didn't do no talking. I was security on that one. We were both strapped up in case shit went sideways, right? And we approached them, and it was completely respectful. Hey, look, this is what happened, and all we're asking is that you guys discipline your homeboy. He can't be here no more. He's a J-cat. He's gonna continue doing shit like this, and to avoid any bullshit, just get him out of here. And the dudes shook both our hands and like, hey, you know what? Don't even trip, man. We understand. There ain't gonna be no problems here. Okay. Unfortunately, you had the initial disrespect, but that conversation that went down to make sure that everybody remained peaceful and everything was cool, and to alleviate the bullshit, those black dudes, those two dudes went to their shot callers and said that the homie said that dude had to go because he was a rat. So they compounded it, and I say this because in my experience, prison teaches you so much, man. Prison is a small world, its own world. I've said that many times, but it shows you the big picture out here also. It's just a smaller scale, a more condensed scale. When you have a war, I figured out it was two main things of why wars happen. One is a lack of trust, and the second is a breakdown in communication. That riot should have never happened. And I want to be clear. And this is not, I'm not showing this video to inflame anything or anyone. I'm showing this video as a reminder of how hectic shit gets, and how it was at the end of the day, it was over nothing, right? It was so stupid. But the crazy thing is those dudes that lied and said that their homie was called a rat, they ran when the shit happened. All the young black dudes that were supposedly bangers and hard, and when the shit hit the fan that day, they ran. You know who didn't run? The OG blacks. The ones like that man, I think his name is Skip Townsend. That's the kind of individual. He stood his ground. The ones that had been through the wars and knew what time it was, they stood their ground. While all the ones that were doing all this, they took off and left them hanging. You can see it. If you go to the full-length video, you'll see certain black dudes getting stabbed up and other black dudes right by them and not helping them. That's the problem. These dudes, all the blacks that have spoke out, are the kind that they're gonna hold their ground, and they are the ones that need to keep their little homies in line. I just saw that video about the Hoovers taking care of that. Man, big respects to the Hoovers. And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the video and I saw the orange rag, right, I was like, whoa. Like, you know, okay, the thing with the South Los and the 11 Deuces, that's been, you know, that was what it was. But man, I knew a lot of Hoovers that were like, done a lot of time with them, man. And especially the 5 Deuce Hoovers. I remember a lot of them dudes used to strike up their waters, like in Hawaii. They used to strike up their hood like they were from a water. They had, a lot of them had Raza nicknames. You know what I mean? It was a trip. But I know Nate Dogg 916 put out a video. Gracias, Nate. That guy Skip Townsend put out a video. Gracias. And even for those that dislike him, Milk 74, he put out a video saying this shit ain't cool. And this is a beautiful thing. You know, in California, everybody's trying to erase all that bullshit, you know. And so I'm thankful that this has taken the turn that it did. And I'm not in the streets. I'm not around none of that shit. I'm a square, I work, but I'm Mexican. And I know when shit like that happens, I mean, look at me. I could be shot, you know. These dudes, like that dude Skip Townsend, he said he's going into these hoods and he's going into these barrios, you know. And he's trying to make sure that the peace that started continues. Because it's important for us that, you know, our kids need to have a future, man. And these youngsters that I mean, you look at all 3 of the incidents, there was nothing gangster about none of it, right? And the dudes that from them hoods that are gangsters, they're not approving of it. And I'm glad that they're voicing that now. And that can go such a long way, man. And for the raza that, like the dude said, there's raza going around and they're starting to film shit. Now, raza, you guys know, if you haven't been told to do something, your ass is gonna pay. If somebody else feels you fucked their money up, or you fucked up some kind of business deal they had going on, and you get busted for that, you know what time it is. So raza needs to relax too. Let the blacks deal with their people. They said they're doing it. They put out a video. Let that happen, man. So with that, I'm out, man. You guys take care. Everybody, black and brown. I'm out. All right, real quick, everybody. So I put out that video this morning, and as you see, I took it down because I got hit with a strike. The video that I put on there, I guess it belonged to the National Geographic channel or one of them fucking channels, so I had to take it off. So I'm not gonna attach the video, but you guys can go and Google it or YouTube it. So That's why I had to take it down, and that's why you're not seeing that video.